Hello, everyone, and welcome to your favorite show, my favorite show, everyone's favorite show, On the Spot. It's live, it's Thursday, it's 4, everyone's having a good time, and I'm joined by 3 people. Who's around me right now?
We got Jeff Gerstmann.
Hey, Ryan, how you doing?
We got Greg Kasavin.
What's up?
How's it going? And we have, we're going to start off a little differently this time around. Let's just hop right into questions. While we have Greg and Jeff here, you're both very busy gentlemen. There's a lot of stuff going on right now since
it's crazy.
Yeah, we got a lot of wrapping up to do before the holiday break. So let's just start with some questions right now, shall we? Cool, all right. My first question is from Bob in Iowa. And if you want your question read, obviously, GameSpot Complete members fill out the form you're looking at right on the page right now. It's like right there or right there. I forget how we're situated, but find it and send us questions. Homer will put them up, run them over. It'll be great. So first question is from Bob in Iowa. He says his favorite genre is RPGs. So tell me, between the DS and the PSP, which new handheld system is going to have better RPGs?
Well, it's hard to tell right now because there aren't any out. But I guess the most interesting news recently is that Namco announced that it's going to be putting out a Xenosaga and Baten Kaitos both on the Nintendo DS, and those came out for the PS2 and the GameCube. So it'll be interesting to see how they translate into the smaller format and what they do with the touchscreen and
you probably
that
do
sort of
all
thing.
kinds of crazy stuff with the RPG when you got the touchscreen down there and the inventory and all that stuff. You slide stuff back and forth.
Yeah,
Sure.
You wouldn't have to pause to get to it. Traditionally, the PlayStation has been the stronger RPG system compared to the GameCube, so I would expect that eventually that there would be more RPGs for that system, just because the developers are kind of just translating those traits downward. But we'll see how it pans out.
Yeah, there are already a whole bunch of PSP RPGs announced, but those might not ever make it to these shows.
Right,
It's a lot of stuff
nothing
like E6.
that's like terribly huge.
Right.
Well, I mean, Advent Children, not an RPG, but based on
Close
an
enough.
RPG. So
Before we get too far into the questions, do you mind if we probably answer the question that's on a lot of people's minds right now?
Sure, go right ahead.
We're going to be telling people who won the PS2s last week, right?
Oh, yeah.
Excellent.
I was going to save that for when we did the show rundown and everything, but you want to... All right, cool. All right, sure. Let's ask a few more questions then.
Okay.
All right. Well, sticking to the DS, BlinkFan9 in Long Island wants to know...
the BlinkFan9.
The BlinkFan9,
Yes.
it's true. He's just wondering, but don't you think a classic N64 series for the DS would be a great idea, just like the classic NES series on the GBA? Jeff?
They're practically doing that now, aren't they? I mean, they have Mario 64, they have Ridge Racer. Those are both N64 ports. They might not be putting a little banner on the top of it, but they certainly are not holding back with putting N64 games out on the DS so far.
All right, I have one last DS question, then we'll move on to the rest of the show. If you want to hear more, if you want to hear your question read live, as I said, fill out the form. All right, anyways. This is from The Streets King in New York, by the way. The Streets King, Streets with a Z. All right, I just got my DS, but I'm stuck with my next game choice. It's between Ridge Racer and Asphalt Urban GT. Can you help me with this? Jeff.
Asphalt.
That easy?
Yeah, it's that easy. No, Asphalt, there's more to it. And it's a new game. Ridge Racer is Ridge Racer 64, and it's got some collision detection problems. We scored Asphalt higher for a reason. Asphalt's definitely the better of the two.
Very cool. So Ryan, why don't you tell us what's on the show today? Get started.
We got all kinds of good stuff on the show today. I mean, it's been crazy because last week we didn't have the show, so there's been actually a ton of news that had happened ever since we've been on. So there's a ton of stuff to get caught up on.
Yeah.
Dragon Quest VIII came out in Japan. Tons of people lined up for that.
Yeah.
Without giving away all the stuff that we're going to do, but yeah, we got a whole bunch of news items lined up. We got ourselves. We're gonna do a little serious conversation today because one of the things that did pop up in the news since the last show was, of course, the whole controversy with video game violence. Of course, it's a favorite topic for the mainstream media every time the holiday season comes around.
Every holiday season, someone pipes up and goes, "Here are the 10 games you should not buy," and of course that came out again.
Yes.
And yet again, they spelled Mortal Kombat incorrectly.
Did you see what they did for the 10 games they recommended, though?
It's like games that aren't even out yet.
Are you giving our surprises? We're going to talk about this a little bit.
Whatever.
We're just teasing this right now.
All right. So we got that going up. We also got some. You were over at the ATI event. You want to tell us about
That's right. ATI, they had a great press event the other day down at the W Hotel, and they showed off some demos on their new card. It's the X50 Platinum Edition, and there's some crazy stuff involving that. Like, it now renders in real time the same video effects that were used to make the movie Shrek.
Wow!
And it's like $250, and there's a Far Cry movie, a prologue movie. We're going to be showing you a part of that. which was cool. It was a good time.
Cool.
Yeah.
Should we get into live demo action now?
Yeah, sure. Talk about what's coming up.
All right, we got ourselves some Resident Evil 4 in the house. We got Resident Evil 4 right here. We're going to be playing that, showing you guys all that stuff. I know you played a little bit of it. That game's crazy, huh?
That game is totally crazy. Yeah, it's you're not killing zombies, you're killing lunatics, which is far more justifiable.
It's the definition of crazy.
Yeah, no, that's...
Throughout the show, we'll also be doing more giveaways. Aside from telling you who won the PS2s last week, we're going to be telling you who's going to win, or actually, we'll be asking you if you'd like to win yourself some copies of The Incredibles for either the PlayStation 2, Xbox, Game Boy Advance, or PC even. We got the whole lineup for that. Also, Tag 2 is another giveaway we got going on.
Can we talk about tell them what the big thing we're giving away is?
You might as well.
All right, cool. All right, you want some exercise? We have a GTA San Andreas BMX bike in the studio that we'll be showing. You need to assemble it, so hopefully you got some skills with the wrench. But yeah, if you win that, hang around. We'll give that away at the end of the show.
And then we're gonna have a party in between there, right?
That's right, Mario Party 6, which is crazy because it comes with a microphone, and we'll be playing that all four of us. Actually, Ricardo will be here. Ricardo will take Greg's place. Sorry, Greg, but and Ricardo will be walking us through Resident Evil 4 and Mario Party 6 with the microphone, voice recognition stuff. You tell people how to run around and stuff. It's crazy.
We got some more stuff, but we should just get into it.
Yeah, sure. Let's get right into it.
Excellent. So let's start off with news.
Yeah, take it away, Ron.
All right. So last week, one of the biggest news items that I was like totally impressed by was the fact that Dragon Warrior, as it's called here in the States, 8 came out in Japan, which is known as Dragon Quest.
Dragon Quest 8.
Dragon Quest 8. Now, this has become like kind of national holiday to a certain extent for a lot of people, right?
Yeah, they have to release the games on weekends because too many people were,
like missing work and school,
ditching school, going out there and stabbing people as they were coming out of the line to buy the game.
And we laugh, but that actually
that actually is serious.
Happen?
There's some crazy stuff will happen.
Now compared to a U.S. launch, we're seeing some pictures right now of the people waiting in line outside the stores. Now they said this was a pretty big one, but in all honesty, it was probably not quite as hefty as the amount of people going out to wait in line for this one.
Yeah, I mean, there's definitely long lines for game releases lately, but it definitely doesn't seem like that, they're getting the lineups that they used to, back in the Super Nintendo days. Those lines were ridiculous.
Crazy.
I mean, the lines used to be so ridiculous that they had to institute this rule. Now you could probably get away with releasing these games on a Tuesday or something. I don't think.
Do we have any numbers as to how many copies sold?
Yeah, they were saying that within the 3 days they sold 3 million copies. So I think that's roughly, if you broke it down money-wise, because that's what Microsoft was running, like 125 million the first day for Halo 2, right?
Yeah. Right.
So I guess it kind of translates to it's like $50 a copy, right?
They're
3 million copies.
I think they charge a little bit more for it over there because they know they can get it. But yeah.
So either way, huge numbers, huge people, and we might see something like that in 2 weeks when the PSP comes out in Japan, right?
Yeah, quantities are limited, and on top of that, a lot of retailers haven't been taking pre-orders because they're expecting a shortage. So a lot of people are going to have to line up to get a PSP. So that could be really crazy.
That should be interesting. We'll have coverage of that, of course. Right. So be sure to stay tuned. Also, Half-Life 2 Steam accounts being shut down.
20,000 Steam accounts were shut down in Half-Life 2 under, was it the suspicion of
hacking it up and trying to bootleg that thing, man? Yeah. People were trying to do something they shouldn't be doing. By using a pirated key or something, and they all got caught and they all got shut down. So
no Half-Life 2 for them.
Yeah,
that's right.
And nothing else for them if they had legitimate Steam accounts that they were using to play other games.
No more Source for You. No more nothing.
Nope.
Yeah. The other thing that you saw a little glimpse of there for a second was the other thing. We're making news ourselves because last night, and we've been doing it for a while now, deliberations have started for the GameSpot 2004 Game of the Year awards, huh?
I can't talk about it, man.
But whatever, I see you on the video.
No, I don't know what this is. I don't know where you shot this video.
That is you last night telling people.
No, it's not me. I don't know what that is. No comment.
No comment.
No comment.
But yeah, but very seriously though, to the extent that we can say that we have been, and we take it very seriously, and have been deliberating for quite some time, and soon we will be able to tell people what are the ultimate best games.
I would sleep right there.
Do you got any more news for us?
Let's see. No, let's just move right on into ESRB news headlines.
Excellent.
Tell us about that.
So the ESRB, all right, for those of you that don't know, is the ratings board for video games, right? So every time you buy a video game, it's got the little T, M, or the AO, or all kinds of stuff. Yeah, E for everybody. That thing has been put in place. There's actually a couple a couple of people that have been speaking out specifically on the ESRB, a couple of groups that I know you're familiar with.
That's right. The National Institute on Media and the Family, which releases its MediaWise video game report card. It does that every year. This is the 9th year it's done it. And there was also a teleconference with the Interfaith Center on Corporate Responsibility, along with the National Council of Women's Organizations, Mothers Against Violence in America, Center for Advancement of Public Policy, Justice, and Witness Ministries of the United Church of Christ, and some New York City Council member named Eric.
Yeah,
So
Sounds like they stacked up a whole lot of organizations that don't know anything about games.
It's crazy. We actually have some of the excerpts from the audio that was done on this telecast or this telephone little teleconference.
Yeah.
And we'll play some of that. Actually, before we get any further, let's just go ahead and hit the first one, since it kind of sets up and lets you know for the folks at home that don't know the current state of the ESRB. Let's go ahead and listen in and see if we can hear about that.
We've had one hearing, and as I said, the industry and a number of the retailers said, well, give us a chance and let us police ourselves here and let us do this voluntarily. And we know, based on your investigation and based on some anecdotal evidence, we haven't been up to par thus far, but give us a chance and we'll improve. And so we gave them some time, and then we went back out into the field. And our second investigation, I can't give you a date right now, but I'd say over the next 2 or 3 weeks we will release it. But before, right in the middle of the holiday season, as parents are going out there and making these purchases. And after we release it, we're going to revisit the legislation. I imagine that in the new year we will have another hearing or two, and then pass some sort of legislation.
So was that right there?
That was I believe that was a councilman from New York.
Oh, that was Eric?
Yes. Now, the one thing that's crazy about that, and you heard him talking about where we're at now, and that they're going to look at it again and decide whether or not. Now, all the responses that came out from this, not only this telephone conference, but also the statements issued, was pretty much in line with a lot of the parents groups saying that they didn't actually think the ESRB was all that great. That they thought that, in fact, that the video game industry as a whole hadn't really done a good job policing itself. That games like San Andreas, Grand Theft Auto San Andreas, and you actually have the list of 10 games right in front of you, right?
That's right. Oh, this is the list from the second call, the Inter Center. Do you want to hear about those?
Yeah,
right now?
totally.
All right, sure. So the Interfaith Center on Corporate Responsibility, they were the ones that released their 10 worst violent video games and the 10 recommended non-violent video games. Now, before I even talk about the worst violent video games, the recommended non-violent video games, Jeff, you're talking about, these sound like a lot of people that don't know, like they're talking about, they don't know games?
For the most part, that's sort of the impression I get.
Their number one recommended non-violent video game was called Anti-Grav, which makes you think of...
iToy Anti-Grav.
iToy Anti-Grav, the iToy game for the PS. All right, their number 2 recommended non-violent video game, their second game they recommended was iToy Anti-Grav. And their 7th
Apparently they really like that game.
Yeah. There are some other games on the list that made sense. I think Madden made it on there. I think Mario Tennis made it on there. But then the number 7 game on their top 10 recommended non-violent games was Prince of Persia. Now, if they're talking about the new Prince of Persia, that is very violent and it's rated M and you shouldn't be playing it. But if they're talking about the first Prince of Persia, it's a little more cartoony violence, but it's still not like
it's rated teen, right?
Yeah, it's T for teen.
Yeah.
So
I guess that they're saying if you got to go hardcore, that's about where you want to be with last year's game or something.
That, and then then there's their whole instance about
it is.
We highly recommend. That's a great game. And their worst violent video games. Number 1 was Doom 3. Number 2, San Andreas. Number 3 was a game called Gunslinger Girls 2.
Yeah.
Which are
not the Gunslinger Girls 2? All kids should be. What?
Half-Life 2. Halo 2. Number 6 was Hitman Blood Money, which hasn't come out yet. Number 7 is Manhunt. Number 8 was Mortal Kombat. Number 9 is Postal 2. Number 10 was something called Shadowheart.
Now, before we discuss any further, let's go ahead and listen to another clip from this teleconference. And for those of you at home that want to hear the whole thing, I'll give the information for the website at the end so that you don't think we're pulling this stuff out, out of context and stuff. You can hear it for yourself. But let's go ahead. If we got the second clip rolled up, let's go ahead and cue it up.
Answer that first. This is Martha Burt, National Council of Women's Organizations. I haven't played any of them. And I don't think I have to play them to know that teaching kids to shoot police, to cut people's throats, urinate on others is the wrong thing. It's the wrong standard for this society. So, there are a lot of magazines out there that I have not read, Soldier of Fortune being one. I don't think it's right to teach people to kill other people, whether it's in print, on video, or on on a game. So I think that's an irrelevant question in terms of the content of these games and the research that we have that clearly shows there's a harmful effect.
Now, I'm a father, and it's like, I don't think you have to, I'm not trying to say that to qualify myself as somebody that knows more about video games and their effects on children. But it's like, I played them ever since I was little and growing up, and I think I'm fairly well adjusted. And I do, it's like, I think it gave me a different kind of idea when my son when my son came along. It was kind of like, I did think about what I was playing in front of him and wondered if that, was something I wanted him to see or not.
Yeah.
And, I think that question that, in some of the topics she was talking about comes into play. What do you guys think? Do you guys think that, these people that are talking about these games should at least play them, or do you think it's even relevant, or? Not
necessarily. I mean, it would certainly be nice to have someone who is actually familiar with games commenting on them. But, for them to come out and say kids shouldn't play Grand Theft Auto San Andreas, it's like, yeah, no kidding.
Yeah.
It's like, thanks for the big tip, people. Right. It's like, way to go. You're doing your job, generating the list of M-rated games that kids shouldn't. And it's like, the ESRB is clearly doing its job because it, too, is saying kids shouldn't be playing these games. So they're both in agreement, and for that, them to come out and say the ESRB isn't doing its job doesn't make any sense to me at all.
The problem is, you've got this group that thinks that these games just shouldn't exist at all, and that's where the real problem area starts to occur, because there tends to be consensus that these games are M-rated for a reason. They're intended for mature audiences, and that's true of anything. There are plenty. People don't really complain about R-rated movies in that fashion, but you've got this group that thinks those games are just wrong, that they just shouldn't be out there because there's something about, picking up a controller and hitting the button that causes that to somehow be a simulation of the actual act of, murdering someone.
Well, it's like they make them just like gun triggers anyway, man. It's on purpose.
Exactly.
It's
it's got, kind of freedom of expression at the heart of it, and it all gets into crazy First Amendment stuff and so forth, because you've got people who just want this stuff censored, essentially. They don't want violent games to even exist. They should maybe move to Australia or something.
Yeah, go to New Zealand where you can't buy Postal 2 anymore.
Right.
But, whatever. People shouldn't be buying Postal 2 anyway.
Download the demo.
Yeah, they can certainly...
All right, so to be fair, the next clip that we're going to roll is actually a clip of them talking about, what are some of their recommendations, what they think would be, a good way to go about if they were going to change the rating system, how they would do it. So let's go ahead and listen to that third and final clip.
I think a better rating system would be one that is not voluntary. Right now, we need a rating system that is transparent in terms of what the real content of the violent video of the video games. One that I think, as described, right on this conference call. One which actually describes what acts are. In describing the video games, what acts are actually being performed within the video, what the child is expected to do, and I think if we had that kind of transparency, we would be able to then more appropriately rate the video game, separate the game in terms of where it is purchased, not in a Walmart and not in a Target, but in an adult video store.
Sir, backing up with some actual suggestions. Now, what do you guys think about that?
Again, it's like if this lady were to take a look at a recent game, they actually do just that for the most part. You look at an M-rated game, and it'll say, strong language and blood and gore and all kinds of stuff. It tells you what's in there.
Simulated gambling. They have a bunch of different descriptors that they use to justify the rating that actually does give that exact, sort of detail that they're after.
Yeah, and if
to make the claim that games should be sold in an adult bookstore because they're violent is about the most insane thing I've ever heard. To say these games shouldn't be in Walmart. Meanwhile, there are rows and rows of R-rated movies that have the exact same content. Doesn't make any sense.
If not much more graphic. That's the thing. It's like Manhunt. To use that as an example, Manhunt often comes up as this incredibly shocking video game, but that game really, the content there isn't nearly as graphic as what you'd find in a movie with the same subject matter as that game. It's still these kind of low resolution video game characters. It's not nearly as lifelike as what you could get.
Yeah, I mean, you look at like something like Resident Evil. It's like horror movies are far more graphic than something like that is, and that's where it just becomes painfully obvious that these people are out of touch with what they're talking about,
and that video games are just the new heavy metal music or Dungeons and Dragons, and just causing society to fly in a tizzy because
they don't understand them.
Because all the kids are playing the games and they're wearing the black clothes and they're getting all crazy.
Johnny doesn't like to have the lights on in his room anymore. I think he's using drugs.
Right.
It's
crazy. To a certain extent, right?
It's completely insane.
All right. So if folks at home, if they wanted to hear more about these people, about their cause and what they're all about, and to give you an idea, the ICCR, they've been around for I guess 30 years now, and admittedly on their website are a group of corporations, 275. Looking out for society's best interests to a certain extent, the way they kind of
their society.
So if people want to see the full, if you want to hear the whole phone conference in full and for yourself, it's iccr.org. So I invite you to go listen to it there. But
also, if you want to learn more from the GameSpot side of things, GameSpot News has articles entitled Video Game Report Card Points Finger at Game Industry and Halo 2 and San Andreas Top Watchdogs Most Violent Games List. You can find them by running a GameSpot search for the keyword ESRB. And they'll come up. They'll have links. You can read the actual press releases by all these different groups, and you can see how both the ESRB and the National Institute on the Media and Family both quote the same Kaiser Family Foundation study to support their sides, and you can delve into how all these facts can be twisted to fit the message you want, and it's a lot of fun.
And you can see how they yet again fail to spell Mortal Kombat correctly.
Actually, what's interesting is they went back and fixed it.
Oh, that's awful nice. It's the first.
The one thing I will mention, and I guess was part of our news thing that we kind of skipped over, was I think one of the things that happens, and you guys tell me if I'm wrong, that comes along and kind of shakes all this up again is when somebody releases a game that's like JFK Reloaded, something that's totally controversial, something that's way over the top, that isn't in line with pretty much 99% of what's being released. That game's not in retail. You got to get it, pretty much off the web.
Yeah.
So it's like it's hard to see some of that stuff come around, and then it's like
when it rains it pours. Basically, it just causes gets people's attention, and reporters or something have to find their angle or something like that. And
it's crazy because
this happens in waves. It seemed like we almost made it through a whole year without too much stuff like this.
Yeah, everyone waits until all the figures start coming out like game sales up from normal, and people are like, uh-oh.
Yeah. We better do something about that.
Yeah.
Anyway, so let's go ahead and move on. Let's figure out something that's kind of cool. The Half-Life 2 little deathmatch action.
Yeah.
And I heard you had been playing some of that.
That's right. Yeah, that was an interesting little surprise earlier in the week. That Valve just releases a screenshot of someone using a gravity gun to shoot a toilet into someone else, and just says soon. And people are like, whoa, Half-Life 2 deathmatch, and then they release it that night.
And it was like,
whoa. And of course, no one could play it for a number of hours because everything just exploded on Steam.
Well, it's that's what happens when you release something and then there are only 20 servers up.
Yeah.
It's like you would connect to it, say ping 85, you connect to it, it would go ping 1400.
8500.
Right. Now, some of the footage we're taking a look at right now. Now, you've played this. What do you think?
It's pretty cool, but it's also, it's really simple. I feel kind of bad because for a while deathmatch has always been my favorite style of multiplayer shooter, and I don't know, more recently team-based games have gotten a lot more popular, but I've always felt like just pure deathmatch, there's a lot to be said for that, but then you play this and it's so crazy, and people spawn camp so horribly. I mean, you're dying all the time, but you're blowing people away all the time. So
it really kind of just feels like it was cobbled together. There are two maps.
They
kind of just
it's
put
real
the weapons
fast
in.
and loose. I mean, point and shoot. It's fun to play around with a gravity gun.
Right.
Once again, but it does just seem like a starting point for what mod makers will then hopefully go on to turn into something much more special. Who knows? Maybe the next equivalent of Counter-Strike is going to come out of the Source engine.
Yeah, I mean, they got vehicles in there now, right? So give me some Counter-Strike. Yeah, you mod makers out there, give me a Counter-Strike with vehicles. That's what I need. But yeah,
the pace on Deathmatch looked pretty quick. Is it? Is
Yeah,
it move?
it's really crazy. It's like you'll often be dead literally as soon as you spawn back in. So
The last time I was huge in a death match was the original Quake, and I remember like the 32-person maps, and it was just pretty much race to the rocket launcher, turn around and shoot it at the person racing behind you, and then you're dead. And you did it again.
Halo 2 Slayer matches highly recommended. That's deathmatch done really, really well.
The one thing I noticed in this, I don't know if you did as well, was that running up to people, it was like either they had a gravity gun and it was a fight to for the object, throwing it back and forth and then smacking somebody, or you ran up and they had a gun and you didn't and they just shot you.
Yeah,
So
there is neat stuff with the gravity gun though. It's like if you can pick up like an exploding barrel and fling it at someone, but if you're quick, you can shoot the barrel that the other guy is holding in front of him and just blow him up. And you could also kind of play catch with it and catch the thing that the guy flings at you and toss it back at him. So
Try to get him
there looks to be some pretty good potential, but
Yeah, you can use it to pick up weapons from a distance, or if someone tosses a grenade at you, you can blast
Toss
it
it back
away
at 'em.
and stuff like that. So it's there's some really neat ideas there.
Right on. All right, moving right along.
Well, so yeah, for Kehoe PD of Old Bridge, New Jersey, we just answered your question of what do you guys think of the new Half-Life 2 deathmatch.
Boom.
Do you want to take some questions?
Let's do it.
All right. Mine going back for a second to the video game violence. Zero Ice in Texas says, since most video games emulate our society and society has changed so much, why do you think the media and certain groups are trying to strengthen video game guidelines?
I mean, I would disagree that video games emulate our society. I mean, I think, like I said, people are afraid of what they don't really. People are afraid of things that are new, and video games are clearly emerging as probably the dominant form of entertainment among the younger generation. Kids will rather stay home and play Halo 2 over the weekend than go out and to the movies or something like that. So someone who might not know any better, I guess, might blow that out of proportion or something.
Yeah.
So it's, I mean, ultimately, I try not to get too bent out of shape about this stuff, because it's probably for the best that a lot of attention is being paid to it, because the more people know, the easier it is to deal with all this stuff. But the people should just get a lot more educated about what games really are, about the content that's in them, and about what effect they have on people. And I think that's really still the thing that's going to be interesting to find out over time, because there still haven't been, as far as I know, very conclusive studies about whether these games actually have any sort of negative effect.
Yeah, it seems like
people.
there's one study that claims there is, and then immediately following there's another one that says there isn't.
And that it helps your vision or hand-eye coordination or concentration or something.
Yeah.
There have been studies to show that games help you, and I think those of us who've been playing games all our lives can probably sooner say that they've helped us.
Problem solving, hand-eye coordination,
Yeah.
that's definitely.
Games make you smart.
Yeah.
All right, one last question then. Nick Mendez of Seattle, Washington says, this November has seen releases of an insane number of great titles. I can't even find the time to play them all. I'm finishing Halo and Half-Life 2, and now World of Warcraft looks amazing. Do you guys think this is the best few months of gaming we have ever experienced?
It's a tough one. I mean, this has been a really amazing year. I was recently in a little message board discussion about it, and a lot of folks are saying that this is the best year in gaming ever. It doesn't quite top 1998 though, because it's funny, because this year's biggest games are all sequels to 1998 games. That's when Metal Gear Solid came out, and the original Thief, and Baldur's Gate, and a whole bunch of games, StarCraft. So Half-Life, of course. So that was that was the year where sort of modern gaming was established, and this year I think upped the ante. But maybe in this short period of time, maybe this has been the best sort of period of gaming, because it really is insane, the number of outstanding games that have come out in just weeks.
Yeah, they're definitely crowding them together a lot tighter now, trying to get stuff out for the holiday season. And hopefully people will learn to spread the big releases out across the year.
It's too bad, because you look back and it's like the first 6 months of the year were relatively dry. I mean, especially the summertime. And in the summer there was Doom 3 and that's it.
Yeah.
It's too bad a few of these other games couldn't have come out
Yeah,
sooner.
and some of these games that aren't, the huge big A-list games are just getting
getting totally
steamrollered into non-existence. You can't find some stuff on shelves because they're being edged out by other games, or just they're not getting the attention that maybe they would have if they had been released in the summertime.
If you're a retailer, do you want the extra box of San Andreas copies, or do you want to spring for Alien Hominid or something?
Yeah,
And
exactly.
most of them are going to say, like, they're just going to go for what
San
sells.
Andreas coming.
Yeah,
So,
totally. All right. That sounds pretty good.
Cool, let's move on. Yeah,
Just
thanks
give
for
away
all
some-
the questions, everyone. Keep them coming in. To everyone who is saying, isn't it up to the parents to make sure the kids are playing the games they should be? I think we all agree.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
Yes.
I'm not going to read all your comments because there's a whole bunch of them, but thanks to everyone who agrees with us, who supports video games in general.
Speaking of sporting video games, let's go ahead and give some away.
Hey, good call.
It's like we got some copies. Let's go ahead and start out slow. We give out GBA versions of The Incredibles as well as some TAC 2. I think we have 2 for each, so let's go ahead and make that happen.
Sure. So if you're looking at some PC and Xbox copies of The Incredibles right now as well, we'll be giving those away later on in the show. But if you want 2 copies, if you want 1 or 2 copies of The Incredibles, we want you in the form you're looking at right now. I want you to include your name, your mailing address, and a good question for the rest of the show.
Boom.
And if we read your question on the air, we'll give you the game.
Fantastic.
Should we just say the same for TAC 2?
I think so.
All right, sure. Phil, if you want a copy of TAC 2 for the Game Boy Advance, include your name, mailing address, and a good question to be asked on the show. And when we read your question on the air, you will receive a Game Boy Advance copy of TAC 2.
Now, right now, we're going to go to a Tate segment of your ATI event stuff, right?
That's right. Recently this week, I headed down to the W Hotel with James Yu of GameSpot Hardware, and he wrote up a great article for more in-depth information. They showed the next chapter in the ATI's Ruby demo. And, I think they showed one at E3 where there's a girl running around and jumping and showing off the great graphic effects.
Now she's on some kind of jet bike or something.
And
right?
now she's on a jet bike. I couldn't place where I recognize it from. There's like a fan on the back, and I don't know. But anyway, and another thing, they also showed a Half-Life 2 demo running on this graphics card. And then the president of Crytek, the people responsible for Far Cry, he, using this graphics card, made a movie on the Crytek engine using everything he said from Far Cry 1.3. If you have that version of the game, you can make a movie that looks like this. So let's check it out.
Stage 2 seems to be coming along. How are the toxic reactions these specimens were experiencing?
You'll be glad to know we've achieved an almost 75% survival rate. It appears you were right about the latest dilution of the Type 7 series.
Good news indeed. We have a lot of interest in the Spectre project from some of the higher bidders. How long before we have fully functioning prototypes?
Once we finish stabilizing the cybernetics in the Type 2 implants, we'll be able to put them into action. I estimate 2 to 4 weeks. What's our status, sir?
The damn thing is loose in there. It's cloaked. Use lethal force if necessary. No! I want it alive!
Okay, going to optics. Keep it tight, people. Kowski, bottle it up for me. Nesmith, you cover. Roger that. We're getting some interference.
Alert terminated. Send a cleanup crew to Lab 5.
And we are back, and that was a really cool movie we just saw featuring a little mutant attack that serves as the prologue to the Far Cry story. Am I right?
Yeah.
That's not actually the whole thing, though, right?
No, and that is another good point. There's another 2.5 minutes. If you want to see the whole thing, head on over to the Far Cry Game Space right now, and you'll see how it ties in. Like a sailboat shows up, there's explosions involved, jet skis, army people.
Chaos.
And that entire movie was rendered in real time, which is pretty impressive. And I couldn't run it on my Alienware computer, so we had to have the hardware guys hook up like a super pimp rig to run it. So don't get all excited just yet. But I think Jason Ocampo said that the graphics card, this ATI 850 XT Platinum Edition, this like isn't even we haven't even gotten to the graphics card they're going to be using in the next Xbox, I think is what he said.
Oh.
So maybe that will be what some next generation console games are looking like?
Maybe.
But now we are joined by Ricardo Torres, the man behind the scenes who gets us all this great stuff to show on the show. And what do you have today?
Something nice. It's probably not going to thrill the people that don't like violent games, but we got Resident Evil 4.
Great, Resident Evil 4. Now we've shown the Japanese demo, I think. Was it the English demo we had on the show a while ago?
A while ago.
And now you have?
I have something a little more farther along in development that we'll be talking a lot more about real soon. But thought we'd give you guys a look.
Now, where's this at in the game?
This is like right after you start. Like if you guys remember the demo, this is when our good boy Leon happens upon the town that has not zombies in it, and you can kind of check out chickens. And there's something going on in the center of town.
Not a zombie chicken, by the way.
Not a zombie chicken? No.
Just a crazy chicken.
And at this point in the story, he's pretty much got there, kind of investigated a little bit. He started
like the car he came in got bumped off, and all kind of craziness happened. Somebody attacked him. He's getting cussed at in Spanish.
Oh.
To which I say, thumbs up, Capcom. And so you kind of go, and you just come to this point where you can kind of look, and it's a good way to show off the context-sensitive A button, which is your friend throughout most of the game. So, I mean, you could, if you wanted to, walk in the center of town, but that would mean this demo would be over a lot faster than you probably wanted.
Because pretty much everybody in the town just goes, oh, look at that guy, we're going to totally jack him, right?
Pretty much.
Because he's not crazy like us.
And, I mean, you're able to just kind of check out the detail. I mean, Capcom's never really skimped on the Resident Evil games, and they really are going all out on this thing. I mean, we all kind of expected it was going to be cool. I mean, I was lucky enough to see it last January at their Editor's Day, and it looked really cool then. And
it's looking more polished now. Oh yeah. Now all these buildings that we're seeing, you can actually go into one of these, right?
Yes.
Or all of them.
As soon as wheelchair homie here spots me and freaks out like he always does.
All right. So I can see you're being pretty cautious. So you obviously have been through this a few times, and it's kind of hard.
It has gone very wrong.
That guy's what? He's just farming. What are you doing?
But he's farming crazy.
He's farming crazy.
And there's
I don't think
I've
seen the kick too often.
Yeah, and I'm now pissed off. Ooh.
Oh,
what did I just say?
Crazy farmer.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, stuck.
Oh, that's...
You gotta like not let that happen.
Yeah. Well, I want to show you.
You're out of bullets, I think. There. Yeah.
Oh, Jesus.
Well, here's a new feature.
That was fun.
Yeah. Oh.
And that is the end of that demo.
That is the end of that demo. But I can continue.
Right on.
You are dead.
You are so dead. Now, this is coming out. This is still a 2005 game, right?
Yeah, early next year.
Are they saying that they're giving us any clues to when? It's like the early 2005.
Yeah, like
February, isn't it?
Yeah. I thought it was February.
I'm pretty sure we're talking January now.
January. I don't know.
So we're back.
Is that a Hilfiger logo on his jacket, by the way?
I do not know.
It looks like it.
The little square patch down there?
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
Well, Capcom's done some fashion stuff with Dante.
So if you want to just go
Minecraft.
crazy,
Maybe.
you can try and sneak around and look. The really neat thing here.
You need to get to more chainsaw roaring dudes coming in through windows.
I like how Check turns into bust this thing up and see if there's anything in there.
Well,
Check it out. Oh!
You got some incendiary grenades.
I should check someone with that grenade.
Now I will give the spoiler here. This game is incredibly violent. Like if you were a small child at home, you should not be watching this. But no, it's cool because you get up on the roof at this one point, and then there's like all kinds of people.
Yeah,
and you're gonna.
I've been able to actually sneak in here and not alert the town, which is sweet. But if we wanna make some new and special friends, I can just kind of hang out and be like, hi. At which point, everybody is not my friend.
They're being pretty mellow, actually. Like usually they come busting after me. Oh, okay. This is the part where they do combust.
Oh, this is the scene. I recognize this from the trailer.
Yeah, and you know, for not zombies, they do okay.
It seems like they're a little more intelligent than our Resident Evil fodder that we're used to.
Yeah, and they're kind of organized, which is something that you're not going to be liking later on in the game, because they're finding different ways to get in, and you know, you got a gun, and you know, some bullets, but
you only got 6, huh?
Yeah, but look
at that.
It's our old friend.
Nice.
So you can.
So you got 6 shells for that too. They're doing pretty good. Some shiny things over there.
Case of emergency, break glass. We all enjoy grenades.
Let's get a good headshot.
Well, see, it's hard to because...
because it just does that.
Well, no, because these guys, they know when they're being aimed at, and sometimes they will actually...
Oh, that guy just wanted some soup or something. I'm looking for some chicken soup.
Oh, there's the... You gotta watch out for that guy.
That
guy's got the mask and the chainsaw, and he's gonna end you.
Well, what about my chicken soup?
And, let's see, take me some shotgun stuff.
Yeah, knockdown ladder, nice.
There you go.
You can,
I was just about to ask, can you actually do that?
You can't. Yeah, that's all right because.
Take some time out here. There you go.
Any final words on Resident Evil 4, Ricardo?
Yeah, like it. Oh, well, this is gonna be a way to go.
All right, let's look at something.
Yeah, now in a sharp contrast to what we just saw. Let's fire up some Mario Party 6. What do you say? Everyone grab a controller.
Excellent.
Yeah.
There you go, Rick.
Oh, thanks. Make sure Ricardo gets the microphone so he knows what's going on. Did you see that? That head just got cut.
On the show about video game controversy. Let's do it.
Yeah.
All right, here's the microphone for you.
The one thing I will say about RE is, you know, there's a lot of expectations for it in terms of being like
real good.
The one to sort of bring the series back up to the level that people were really hoping it would be.
Right.
I think they're doing it and then some.
Cool.
It looks really sharp.
Yeah.
Actually, I had a question related to this game, if I can ask it. Here you go. It's from Frank in Miami, Florida.
Show me state.
It is Claire Redfield in Resident Evil 4. Can you answer that, or?
I'm not allowed to talk about the story.
Wonderful. But you saw a dude's head get cut off with a chainsaw, Frank in Miami, Florida, so be content and wait for the game to come out with that image.
There you
now,
go.
Ricardo, Mario Party 6, lay it on us.
This is much happier.
Yes.
But there is trouble because apparently the sun and the moon are feuding. And Mario is going to use the power of stars to calm them down.
Now, what's this little magic thing you have in your hand here?
Well,
this is new to the Mario Party action.
This is very new to the Mario Party action. Pretty much what's going on here is, you know, this is now the 6th one. The developer Hudson wanted to kind of mix things up, make it a little different for folks, because all the games have been sort of like within the save.
I'll save you trouble. Bam, microphone.
Yeah.
It's a microphone.
Yeah. No, go to Mike Games.
There you go.
But yeah, so all the games have sort of follow the same basic pattern, which is like a board game type thing, a lot of mini games. And the mini games, all really cool. All kinds of different, crazy, really fast-paced things. In some ways, they kind of, you know, maybe the precursor to WarioWare because they're fast and easy to digest and things like that. And here we have a new twist on the mini games, which is using a microphone. And this thing is more than just, you know, yelling into it. It actually recognizes speech.
So not all the mini games actually use microphones. There's still the old ones.
There's still, it's just one more way to mix things up.
I don't know.
And you can actually have an option of having the microphone mini games thrown in to, you know, into the rotation.
That's cool.
Or you can go into this mode, which has just the microphone games.
And the microphone comes with the game when people buy it?
Yep, it's bundled in with it.
And this is the one we're looking at. When people have this in there?
Next week.
Yeah, next week.
Right.
So which game are we playing right now?
Which one do we want here?
You know what? Do you want to do the trivia one, Rich?
Oh, that was kind of fun. It was a little slow. Is that going to be okay for 4? Are we going to get, is there a faster one?
This is just single player, but yeah, we could do that. I'll show it off real quick.
Star Sprint?
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
Sprint.
Should we let Jeff play it? Is he going to see as player 1 or?
It's just one player.
Oh, okay.
Is it just the microphone?
Just the microphone.
Oh, okay.
Well,
so let Ricardo do it. Sing with Waluigi.
Yeah, go
Come
crazy.
on, Waluigi.
And you're going to be partnered with this ghost.
All right.
And then they're going to have these other games.
That dude, Yoshi.
All right, that one's good.
Which one of those 4 characters has the chainsaw?
Not this game.
Oh, sorry.
So, microphone's got a little green button on it. And kind of just pretty much works like a CB radio or whatever. You just go grab the star. And then you see the speed meter at the bottom, and it fills up every time you say run, 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 run.
That's awesome.
Move up.
Oh, you did it.
Move down. Jump. Jump.
Now can we screw you up by talking while you do this?
Mario Party. No, but you guys can help.
How can we help?
You can all help by saying roll it into the microphone.
Roll it. Roll it, roll it, roll it. Roll it.
I refuse to say roll it.
Roll it.
Roll it!
Roll it.
Roll
I will
it!
not say roll it.
Roll it. Roll
By not
it.
saying roll it, you're saying roll it.
I'm not going to say roll it.
Roll it.
Roll it.
All right,
There we go.
teamwork. Oh, that's nice.
That's pretty cool.
Oh, that's cool.
Run, 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 and run.
Should we show the trivia mode
Jump.
real quick, or?
Pause the game.
Whoa.
Oh.
Quit the game. See, it's like space. Yes.
Computer.
So you could play Star Trek with this, yeah?
It's not too hard to imagine. Maybe like sometime in the future, like the DS has got a built-in mic doing crazy stuff, right?
Well,
That one.
the really interesting thing is this is something Nintendo's been messing around with for a while, because if you guys remember Hey You Pikachu,
Yeah.
for the
yeah.
N64,
And you could talk to your Pikachu and
he'd kind of smile at you and stuff, but this is better. So, yeah, you can...
I want to show this one real quick. As having a trivia show past, I appreciate the representation here of my favorite genre of TV show,
Which is the trivia.
which is the game show, the
Car chase?
trivia. Exactly. Yeah.
the moon's got a chainsaw.
This is representing the sun and the moon feud there.
Well, they kind of get along right now.
Yeah.
But, you know,
We're about
if
to
you
break
watch
that.
the intro, you know this is just like a facade,
I gotcha.
and they're just really... they're at odds.
That's pretty cool. So what kind of trivia are they going to ask us?
There's basically 5 categories,
Really?
yeah, which we're about to see.
Who's player one?
I think I am.
I know I'm Mario.
So, whoever's Luigi.
Here.
Sweet.
So you're
Just Luigi.
passing the mic.
Memory quiz.
That's cool.
They recognize you and everything.
Yeah,
That's
it's
kind
like
of cool.
no problem.
And so this, you basically have to pay close attention to the scene you're about to see.
You know how deep the vocabulary of the game is, or?
Well, we just got in today. It's not like I...
Oh, okay. Pay attention to where they hide.
All right, dude.
Okay.
You
Dude,
ready for
Wario
that?
hid behind the chainsaw.
Wario. Yes.
All right, so there you go. That's cool. All
right.
right. And what's the third style game like? There's the quiz show. There's the race. What was the third one? Yeah, let's just look at it yet. Or?
Oh, yeah, it's actually... pass it back this way.
Uh-oh. I got your mic hung up. Sorry.
It's fine. Pause the game.
I can
Quit
actually
it.
just do it.
Old-fashioned way.
Yeah. If you go to the third, it's actually a collection of mini games, and just pick a
I'm totally a girl.
I'm totally Mario.
pick that one. It's verbal assault.
Oh, this is that cool one.
Yeah,
This is like
All right, who wants to use the
fireball.
mic?
I will use the mic.
Are you?
'cause-
You're 4?
Yes, I believe so. We'll find out, won't we?
I think so.
Verbal assault. That doesn't sound friendly.
It is.
It's cool.
Because you're being friendly by sending fire missiles at your friends.
And who doesn't like fire? Bomb.
So yes, this is Yoshi as you've never seen him before. So then, just say missiles.
Oh gosh.
Well, wait, I'm
Fire.
Luigi.
Oh,
Drop a bomb.
burning.
Oh, we can fight back.
You can.
Oh, take that, Pong
Missiles.
style.
So how
No one can defeat the quad laser.
are you just getting the free ride on this, or like how are you competing?
Bombs. I'm defending myself.
But like you're just talking.
Missiles.
It's like I gotta push buttons, move the stick and stuff.
Talking is much harder.
But see, you guys are missing
Oh.
my stuff, so pay attention. Bombs. You. Oh, come on. Oh,
heat seeker. Oh,
enjoy that fire.
Oh.
Fire
Missiles.
gets me every time.
Yeah, me too.
Who's gonna be the first to jump out?
I'm feeling pretty chumpy over here.
Fire.
Oh, that fire is totally gonna take you guys out again.
No way, dude.
No.
Wised up to
Oh, Jesus!
Oh, what happened?
Bombs.
Sorry. I am on the out.
Fire.
It's locked on you.
Oh.
We'll say I
tie?
won. We'll say I won.
All right.
Anyway, so let's move on.
Yes.
Then I won.
Really?
Yeah.
That is a lot of Mario Party. That game looks really cool. And what can people look forward to seeing on the site soon about Mario Party, Ricardo?
Well, we have impressions of it up today. And
And a
we're
review next week.
Yeah,
Fantastic.
good stuff.
Of course, all kinds of gameplay movies and screenshots and...
Well, yeah. We said preview and review.
Oh, yeah, sure. All the stuff you expect. Great. So keep sending your questions, by the way, everyone. Should we give away some more games?
Let's give out some more games, yes.
All right, sweet. Now, if you want, what do we have? We have PS2, Xbox,
PC for the
PC.
Incredibles?
Sure, why not? I haven't read anyone's questions yet, have I?
No.
All right, fine. Well, send us your mailing address and a good question, and if we like your question, we'll give you a copy of The Incredibles on the PC, Xbox, PlayStation 2, or TAC2 on the
Xbox or PS2, and we already gave the Game Boy Advance ones away, so
right.
so we're down to those. So yeah, the other thing you should mention is they should also tell us which one they want if they had their choice.
Oh, they have the choice.
Yes.
Because it really stink if you had an Xbox and you got
The PS2 version.
PS2.
Yeah.
So what do we got next?
Well, we have our last tape segment of the show. A lot of you may have seen it by now, but if you haven't, you should. We GameSpot Live, Tyler Weingarten of GameSpot Live, put together a lovely history of Metal Gear along with you, right, Ryan?
Yes.
All right, so sure, let's check out a clip right now.
Up until 1987, the design for action games had been laid out pretty well. You played the lone hero, your country's last best hope against a terrifying army of soldiers. Your only friend was your gun. Your only way through was to defeat in combat every last one of your foes. It was in 1987 that Konami's rookie designer, Hideo Kojima, decided that he wanted to make a different action game, one that hinged around the idea that a lone soldier must first rely upon his wits, his resourcefulness, and his ability to remain undetected. His gun was a last resort. Thus became the pillar concept behind the Metal Gear franchise and the credo of its revered hero, Solid Snake. Solid Snake wasn't always the tough-as-nails soldier we've come to know him as. The first mission, which was released on the MSX2 home computer system in Japan and later on the NES, saw him a green soldier, fresh out of training and sent behind the enemy lines to infiltrate a fortress in southern Africa called Outer Heaven, to rescue that operative, Gray Fox, and discover the meaning behind his only transmission, Metal Gear. As would become tradition in the series, he was dropped behind enemy lines with no weapons and no equipment other than a pack of smokes and would have to sneak his way past sentries in order to infiltrate the fortress. As it turns out, nearly a decade would come to pass before Metal Gear would resurface, but fortunately for the staunch fans of the series, the wait would be well worth it. In 1998, Konami and Hideo Kojima released Metal Gear Solid for the PlayStation. While it consisted primarily of the same classic top-down stealth espionage gameplay, it took advantage of the technology of 3D graphics to enhance the experience. Moreover, the increased storage capacity of the dual CD game allowed for a truly cinematic experience. This would mark a very drastic change in the series. From this point forward, the Metal Gear Solid games would carry the reputation of having the player watch the game nearly as much as you played it. At E3 2003, Konami revealed a trailer for a new game in the series, Metal Gear Solid 3: Snake Eater. The trailer offered an exciting glimpse of an all-new type of game. Long gone was the panache of a postmodern techno-thriller, replaced with a Cold War-era jungle stealth mission. There's been some suggestion that this will be the final Metal Gear game, and that Kojima intends to wrap up all the loose ends of the series with this one single game. This is a pretty tall order considering at the conclusion of Sons of Liberty, he added a plot twist that spanned an entire century's worth of events. What is known of the plot covers a number of consistent themes, such as the rescue of a kidnapped scientist, the betrayal of a commanding officer.
It's really awesome for Mario Party, says James Milford, Connecticut. Do you guys foresee any other good applications for this?
Who knows, really? I mean, Nintendo hasn't announced any more mic stuff at this point, right?
Just that Japanese game that
Oh, right.
that you continue to.
Yeah, well, you know, got to support the crazy microphone gaming.
Yes.
Get on the Mic is supposed to come out for the GameCube at some point
really?
as well.
Oh, wow.
But I wouldn't exactly call that a game that you would look forward to. So I'm gonna say no, probably not. You know, there probably won't be too much more.
It'll be up to Nintendo.
Yeah.
Can I ask a quick question so I can move this bike?
Sure, Ryan. What's that on your lap, Ryan?
This is the bike. This is the Rockstar San Andreas bike that we were talking about, little Grand Theft Auto bike.
Is that weighing you down a little bit?
What's that?
Is that weighing you down a little bit?
It's actually, it's pretty, yeah, it's got some business to it.
What was your question?
It's got a little Rockstar. No, I just wanted to let people know that this is the bike that we're giving away, and we're going to give it away momentarily while we do some more questions.
Some assembly.
I'm going to set
is
this down
required.
now.
Some assembly is required. Jeff Melnick, you just won yourself a game. When's the Advent Children movie expected to be released in the U.S.? Anybody?
No.
Anybody?
Yeah, I don't
No.
think they've. Yeah,
They haven't even said the Japan release date, have they?
This year.
This year?
Is Sony's upcoming cell processor graphics comparable to the latest video cards? Anybody know?
Hard to tell at this point.
Bao just won himself a game. All right, cool. Anyways, we have so many questions here, and I've just been told we're a little bit over time. So
Yes.
I'm going to pick out we'll pick out the best questions, and whoever wrote the best questions,
We'll save them for next week.
we'll save them for next week, and we'll give you games, which is cool. Speaking of giving people stuff, last week we had 8 million entries to win one of 5 slimmed down PlayStation 2s, and we asked some questions involving Metal Gear Solid. And if you remember the questions, the answers were Cordite, Fish and Mailed, Naked Snake Zero, and October 26, 2000. So yeah, remember those?
Yeah, I do. Those were
are good
some
questions.
great questions.
And I think we got over 200 emails within the first minute of asking those questions. So if you think you're like, oh, dude, I was totally the first person to answer that, well, you were the first person to answer that along with 200 other people. So the 5 winners are, and these are already in the mail as of earlier this week, they'll be coming soon. Galen Wiley of Goleta, California, Brett Anderson of Rochester Hills, Michigan, David Copley of Irmo, South Carolina, Jeff Wolfhope of Bedford, Pennsylvania, and Chris Chisholm of Lansing, Michigan. And if you guys are watching, we included letters asking this, but take a picture of yourself with the PlayStation 2. We'll show you next week on the show.
Awesome.
Sounds great.
That's business.
Cool. So let's give a bike away.
Let's do it.
Yeah, sure.
Jeff, you are our San Andreas expert.
Okay.
What do you think?
Well, yeah, I can come up with a trivia question.
For the Grand Theft?
Yeah.
So, right now, if you're a GameSpot Complete member, in that form on the On the Spot page, put your mailing address and name right there, and then the answer to this question, Jeff.
Name the hidden vehicle that the James Woods character wants you to go steal. You eventually get it. It's pretty late in the game. You may have heard about it if you've been reading some facts or something. Not that difficult of a question. The crazy special vehicle in the game. What is it? Tell us.
Along with your name and mailing address, and the first person to do so correctly will get a sweet BMX Grand Theft Auto bike. There's also a seat. Some assembly is required.
It'll come in a box.
It'll be cool. It'll handle really well in the snow if you're living in the north.
Oh, totally.
Yeah, so it'll be great.
So that's it, right?
I think that's it. Anybody got any final words, Ryan? You want to take us home?
No, you always do that on the spot thing so good. I'm going to let you do it.
All right, fine. So for all the crew, for Craig, Jim, Tyler, Roger, and Dave, for Ricardo, Jeff, and Greg, thanks for coming by, guys. Your wisdom and
always
is always welcome.
And to Greg, if you're back at your desk watching, thank you.
For Ryan, for all of you watching, for everyone sending in questions, everyone who watches the show, we appreciate it, and we'll catch you next time. Some of us will be here. Some of us may be on a special reconnaissance mission somewhere. I'm not saying anything more than that. But we'll catch you next time right here on the Spot.